Hey guys, welcome back to Whiskey Blooded. It's another edition of Whiskey Wednesday here, and we're going to be reviewing one of the bourbons that was suggested to be reviewed by one of our own viewers from last week. They posted it in the comment section, so we're going to do that here this week. Actually, a couple of you did, so there was a request for Larceny, which I can definitely do. I have a bunch of bottles of it. There was a request for Colonel Taylor, and there was a request for I.W. Harper. Today, we're going to do the Colonel Taylor, the small batch. So this is Colonel Taylor small batch, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Sorry about the glare once again. Hopefully that fixes it a little bit there for you. So this is a bottled and bond product. Comes in this big old package here, which is cool, and it looks pretty neat, but it's very old styled. There's pictures of some old the old distillery rather. Picture him on the side here as well. To read you something from the bottom of it here, it goes into a little bit of the legacy. So let's read this real quick. As founding father of the modern bourbon industry, Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr. left an incredible legacy. His dedication in distilling began at the close of the Civil War when he purchased OFC Distillery. There he developed innovative techniques that are still used today. So that old OFC Distillery is old-fashioned copper distillery. So this is a Buffalo Trace product, the Buffalo Trace Distillery product, and it is, let me show you the bottle. Here we go. So here's the actual bottle. Mocks the packaging. As you can see, it's very similar to the actual packaging with the pictures and the label. But this is a 100 proof, which is 50% alcohol by volume, small batch. So here it is. I would say probably one of the older small batches out there. A lot of people drink this stuff. It's a good sipping whiskey. So let's do our normal thing. If you're watching as a new video, what we normally do is we're going to pour this and look at the color and nose it, taste it, score it, review out of 100. So we're going to do our normal format here. So here it is, the Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. So let's pour one. Cheers. And let's take a peek at the color real quick, guys. I like the color on this. It's fairly dark. It does have some age to it. And it drinks that way too. So there's the color on this guy. Now let's nose it. That's really where this one comes alive. There we go. Move it around a little bit. You can see just on this photo, it's fairly dark stuff. I would put it at like a dark copper. And when you smell this, you just get a kick in the face of pepper, and maybe a little bit of licorice, and maybe a little bit of tobacco and leather, and then some good cinnamon oak tones to it. So that's really what I'm getting on it. A lot of pepper, a lot of spice, a lot of kick in the nose, basically, I would say but kick in the nose flavors, smells rather, that are really coming through. And let's try it. And when you taste it, you're tasting all of that complexity from the nose. Right up front, it's that white pepper, a little bit of licorice, white pepper, licorice, spicy oak, followed by a little bit of rush of more licorice, maybe a little butterscotch or caramel, a tiny bit of cinnamon, and at the end it's kind of buttering out. But it does burn, so not like butter is in soft, but butter is in, it's like a warm butter in the back of your throat, the back of your palate. So it definitely has those really complex tones up front that the average bourbon drinker won't like this. This is for someone that is looking for something that is complex and that has more flavor, that's more full body. And it does just that. And this is one of my favorite sipping bourbons, one of my favorite sipping whiskeys, because you're going to get those nice peppery, tobacco-y, leathery notes right up front. It's got a fairly good mouthfeel up front too. And you, like I said, you can taste all of that start of the white pepper. It was a little bit smoother this time, a little bit more of the butterscotch and licorice and dark fruit notes up front, but also, you know, I'm getting some of that burn and that pepper and that spicy oak and the spicy licorice as well. I just spilled a tiny bit of this stuff. That's not good. This is good stuff. So as far as the price point goes, this one's going to run you anywhere from, I would say, 35 to 45, depending on where you're at. I think I've been paying about 39 for it. 39? God, this bottle is old though. It might have been more than that. Sorry guys. I think it's around the $40 mark though, because if I remember correctly, they also have a single barrel, if I remember correctly, and that one is a little bit more. I want to say it's like 50 to 60. So I think this is probably 40 to 50 if I remember correctly. And I might have paid about 40 for it. So it is a good bottle though. What do I think about the score? I think it's there we go, a 91 out of 100. I think that that's a great score. I mean, this is a fantastic score for something that's this cheap. And part of the price point is playing into this. There's nothing wrong for me with this bourbon. When I taste it, it's actually one of my favorites. I just trying it now after the first couple months of last trying it. I'm going to go probably buy another bottle, see what I get in my next batch that I get. But I think that the only thing that maybe even would hold this back as a more mainstream bourbon is that it is a little bit too complex for your average bourbon drinker. Most people are going to try this if they haven't tried a lot of bourbon or whiskey before, and they're not going to like it because it's a true bourbon drinker's bourbon. But for that reason, I do like it a lot. I think you guys should try it for the price point. You can't beat it. I would start with the small batch. I've actually never tried the actually they have two other products. They have a rye and I believe a single barrel. I've never tried either of those, so maybe I'll try to get those on a video in the future. For those of you that wanted me to do other bottles last week, I'll actually call you out. One person requested Larceny. I can do that. I have a bunch of bottles. I'll definitely do that for you. I couldn't remember if I did Larceny before, but I was actually just in the Carolinas, and you can pick that stuff up for $18 a bottle, which is awesome. Good weeded bourbon. So I'll do Larceny. Someone requested the Harper 15-year-old. Now, I won't be doing that one unless someone that I know wants to lend me a bottle or does lend me a bottle to just sample, because I think it's like 80 to 90 where we're at, and that's a lot because I've heard it's not all that good. I heard it's just really fruity. I might pick up the regular bottle. Actually, I'm sorry, the regular bottle I think is 80, and the 15 I think might run us in the hundreds. I'll have to look that up, but when I was at the party store the other day, they had both of them, and I remember thinking those are both too high priced for what I've heard on the reviews. So I probably won't be doing that one just yet. And I do have a bottle of Weller 12 that I've been waiting to do for you guys, so I'll probably throw that in the mix in the next couple weeks. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the beer video from last weekend. I'll do those kind of randomly. I've been looking for a new cocktail to make to show you guys how to make, but I haven't seen anything good out there. I had a cool like rum and coke recipe that I had tried a couple times, but it's just rum and coke, so that's not a very good one. So once again, guys, thanks for joining me. This is Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave, and as always, if you have any questions, post them below. Comments, post them below. If you want to see anything, post it below. I'll do the best I can to do whatever you guys are looking for. It's always a reason to go buy another bottle, so I'm happy to do it. So thanks, guys. We will see you this next week.